潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
各位聽眾歡迎你嚟到潮玩飛鏢呢節目。我係你嘅主持 Robert， 同埋我一齊嘅當然係我哋兩位教練 coach， 一個係邦邦 Jim 士邦同埋Peter Scott。今日我哋亦都有一個嘉賓，呢個嘉賓呢亦都係一個全職嘅飛鏢手，佢個名就係 Kenny McNeil。咁我哋而家就會進入呢個節目嗰度，由Peter 開始做訪問。Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our show. I'm your host, Robert, and with me are our regular coaches, Bong Bong, Jim's Bond of Darts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and Peter Scott, another great coach that we have here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, too.
Yes, and to all of you, we also have our guest today, Kenny McNeil, who is a full-time professional darts player. So this is a program all about darts, and say hello, Kenny.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, then we will now pass it over to Peter to lead off the interview.
Well, Kenny, tell us a little bit about yourself and some of the tournaments and championships that you have won. And also of great interest to us is that there's very few full-time Canadian pro dart players that we do have a chance to interview. So please, the floor is yours for a few minutes.
Okay, I'm Kenny McNeil, 39 years old, originally from Sydney, Nova Scotia. I play out of Edmonton, Alberta now for the last 15 years. Titles I've won, numerous Canadian titles. I'm a national champion, 2013 national champion, 2014 runner-up. I've represented Canada 5 times in the World Cup, both PDC and BDO. I've represented Canada twice in the America's Cup, and full-time representative of Canada 9 times internationally.
Okay, so that's a mouthful, and I have to let our people on the other side of the language understand what you're trying to tell them. And this 5 times, is it again U.S., right?
The 5-time World Cups were 3 at the BDO level, the WDF World Cups, and 2 at the PDC, Professional Darts Corporations, where I teamed up with John Part.
And okay, and then there's 9 international. Okay, that's good. 各位聽眾咁我哋而家就喺我哋嘉賓嗰度訪問咗佢，佢原本就係佢39歲，原本就係喺我哋斯高沙省嗰度一個雪梨嘅地方 Sydney 嗰度出生長大。咁佢而家最近15年咧就去咗 Alberta 近住 Edmonton 上邊嗰個地方嗰度玩飛鏢嘅。咁佢係少數之中加拿大全職嘅職業飛鏢手。咁佢當然好有來頭啦，就係2013代表加拿大，佢係加拿大嘅總冠軍。2014佢係第2嘅代表加拿大無數次啦，5次去世界盃，有2次去美國，9次係國際盃嘅。咁佢來頭實在不少嘅。Okay, now we're back again, and Peter, you going to continue?
Yeah, one of the things I would like you to do is that, generally speaking, most of our audience are young and aspiring dart players. Tell them, what is it like to be a full-time professional dart player? Is it glamorous? Do you go from city to city winning tournaments, or is it a lot of hard work and grind? So, right from the horse's mouth, Kenny, tell them what the real life of a professional dart player feels like.
It can be glamorous at times when you're on TV and playing in front of huge crowds and that on stage. Other than that, it's very, very tiring. You're living out of a suitcase. You're in different cities almost every weekend. Like, for example, I leave next Tuesday to go back to the UK, and I have 9 tournaments in 3 weekends. So it can be very tiring with the traveling and all that. you have to keep up the practice. You have to keep up the work. You have to the traveling, especially where I live. It's a 9-hour flight and a 7-hour time difference when I get there. So it usually takes me a day or two actually to get into the UK time zone and get back on track. But now I'm usually flying back and forth now, and I pay for that myself. I've saved up my money from work in the last 2 years to be able to do this on my own. You just have to, it's a professional sport, and you have to treat it just like any other professional athlete would treat it. You got to treat it like a job. So you have to eat properly. You have to stay decently in shape, and just make sure you're ready to go when you walk in there, because you're playing 128 of the best players in the world, and it's nice to have the tour card to be able to play on the circuit with these guys, but it's also a lot of hard work to keep up with those guys.
If I might interject, maybe one question that people would be asking based on our previous interviews would be that that sort of on-the-road life is taking a hit on the family. Do you have family at all, Kenny?
I do. I have a wife here in Alberta. My 2 stepkids, they're older and grown up now, so they don't live in the house, so it's just me and the wife. I have 2 children back in Cape Breton from a previous marriage, but my wife she's a dart player as well at the provincial level, and she's very, very, very supportive. It's not a lot of women that would let their man go away as long as I do to play a game of darts, but she knows this is what I've dreamt about since I was 15 years old, and she helps me. She helps to support me, because without the support of your family or your other half, it's almost impossible to succeed.
Yeah, actually, it's a lot easier because she's a dart player herself. She understands, you know. It's kind of like during my earlier career when I have to travel around a lot, and the wife has a regular job, and I have 3 kids, and it's pretty tough on family life. So anyways, let's cut over and talk a little bit. 各位，我哋啱訪問到呢位嘉賓，我哋 Peter 問佢究竟係咪呢個即係做職業飛鏢手係咪真係咁即係咁風光咧？係咪咧？係咪？睇上電視又好似好風光嗰陣時，但係又好辛苦嘅，因為好攰嘅，要去各種唔同嘅城市玩各種唔同嘅對各種唔同嘅挑戰。咁譬如佢下一個星期2就要去英國，咁3個星期週末咧就要玩9個錦標賽，咁都好攞命啊！不過咧，佢就話即係因為咧佢屋企有一個太太有2個長大咗嘅細路，佢太太亦都係飛鏢手，所以咧佢亦都會好明白體諒佢。因為我哋都提到以前嘅訪問都提到，即係你做飛鏢手，如果屋企唔支持你嘅話咧，真係好難嘅，又要顧住屋企，係咪有咩事又要靠你，又要出去做飛鏢，咁都係即係玩飛鏢都係好唔安樂嘅。Okay, and that's a very good understanding of your current situation. And looks like Bon Bon may have a question for you.
Ken, I am a dart player and I wanted to be invited in this Q school in England. What are the requirements that you had when you were invited to join the Q school in England?
It's not actually an invite. It's actually open to anybody. You pay your £250 to register, and then you show up and compete against 400 other players, and they take, I think, the top 20 or 24 for a tour card, for a 2-year tour card to compete on the circuit within the next 2 years. My advice is definitely if you're not ready, it would be a lot of time and money. You want to make sure that you're ready, because these players, there's a lot of County A players from England there, ex-professionals, professionals that had their tour card and lost it. It's very, very tough room. And then when you do get the tour card, you have to pay another £250 for registration, and you have to be able to go over and compete in the shoots to do the circuit, which costs a lot of money as well. If you have a sponsor, that helps. It depends on what your sponsor does, but more or less, you just have to. You really have to want it, because it's not for the weak-hearted, that's for sure.
Just let me say this, Kenny. Maybe you need to explain a little bit about the abbreviation, the Q. What does the Q stand for? I keep thinking if it's in UK, it has something to do with James Bond movie and what a Q.
No, the Q stands for qualifying.
Oh, there you go. You see, people are curious. So, yeah, I think with this, we almost get to the end of the segment after I do the translation. So, just hold on a second and we'll get back to this interview in the second segment in English, okay?
Great.
各位聽眾，我哋啱同我哋嘉賓講到，因為佢而家咧係有一個2年嘅特別嘅經驗咧。係特別嘅飛咧，係去參加各種國際賽嘅。咁呢個點樣入嚟嘅咧？原來佢有一間叫做Q School，即係 qualify 嘅意思 Q。咁咧入去嗰陣時咧，要俾250磅，即係大約500蚊咧，就要同400個人去玩。玩完之後咧，就只有頭嗰20個至24個就可以2年內代表佢哋去各種唔同嘅比賽嗰度。咁俾完嗰250，仲要再俾250磅去登記，咁然之後咧，你就可以成為嗰個成員咧，就有好多國際嘅錦標賽你都可以參加啦。咁但係佢話，如果你冇心理準備，唔好試啊，因為你入咗去之後咧，你真係要嘥好多時間去全世界嗰度比賽，又要有人俾錢你啊，又要有時間啦，咁就諗清楚。OK， 我哋翻嚟嘅時候，我哋再同大家繼續呢個節目。而家我哋暫時去我哋嘅贊助。OK， 拜拜。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special。
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班，現已接受報名。享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
一早卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數多，一卡在手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
Okay, welcome back to this segment of our All About Darts, and I'm your host, Robert, and again, we have Bong Bong here, and Peter Scott, along with our guest today is Kenny McNeil, and one or two people from Canada who's in the Q School qualifying for a 2-year tour. So anyways, let's before we start off, let's get our other audience on place. 各位聽眾，我哋而家有一次翻到嚟我哋呢一段嘅時間嗰度繼續訪問我哋今日嘉賓，佢係唯一2位加拿大人試過入咗呢個英國嘅一個叫 Q School 啊 Qualify School， 咁係接受咗係去參加一啲好重要嘅錦標賽啊，2年之內係自動。Okay, 咁我哋繼續我哋而家訪問 and now we got the interview going again with Peter.
Yeah, Kenny, you have started to give us a glimpse of the pro dart player's life and his obligations. What advice would you give to a young man that's considering a pro dart career?
First and foremost, definitely believe in your ability that you can compete on a pro level. The way to gauge yourself and to find out actually if you are ready to be professional would be to win tournaments more than anything in your local area, and then provincially, and then nationally. And then when you start doing well nationally, you get invited to international tournaments, and you get experience from playing players all over the world, and you can kind of gauge yourself and see where you're at to take that next step. Myself, I've won championships locally. I'm a 9-time provincial champion. I've been top ranked in Canada for over 10 years and played internationally representing Canada. So after that, I kind of felt that there's not much more I could do on this side of the pond with being a professional than I've already done. So I took the next step and went over to Q school and took my chances, and luckily I ended up qualifying, and now I'm on the professional tour playing with guys like Phil Taylor, James Wade, A.D. Lewis, all the Premier League players, plus a lot of great players. And I never doubt myself. I think that's one of the main things I can tell the young crowd or the young players is never doubt yourself. If you believe you can do it, just go out and do it, and don't get too upset when you lose, because you learn a lot from losing games than you would actually imagine, because losing games is actually what turns you into a champion, because you can't learn to win until you learn to lose.
Yeah, it's all part of the game. You really have to try, and if you don't succeed, try again. And in your case, the rest is history after you get there. However, one interesting thought that came to mind with this line is that after you get there and you're a professional, did you have to approach the sponsors, or did the sponsors approach you in your case?
Actually, I got approached by a sponsor after my first World Championship appearance in the PDC in 2010, and I was recommended to them by a good friend of mine, Chris White, who lives in San Francisco, and you guys have interviewed Chris, and it was with Shot Darts. It's actually Puma Darts, but they were coming out with a new line, and they were looking for new players, and he recommended me, and I've been with Shot and Peter now for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and you have your own signature darts?
I do have my own signature barrel, yeah. Kenny McNeil's, steel and soft tip.
Oh, so are you playing soft tip as well?
Not really. My goal this year was, if I didn't qualify for Q school, if I didn't qualify for the tour, I was going to try and do soft tip full time, which would spend a lot of time traveling in the States and to Asia, of course. I did play a soft tip tournament in Vegas last year. I played one of the world stages, and I'd done quite well. I got to the top 8 and lost to Darren Young in the quarterfinals on stage. For my first time playing it, it was a different experience. I did enjoy it though, but my ultimate dream was be a professional steel tip player with the best steel tip players in the world. I still might dabble in the soft tip here and there if the tournaments are local, or if I have the time, to be honest. Shot's a big promoter of soft tip darts, so they would really want to see me doing the soft tip thing as well. And like I said, if I have the time and the energy, I'll definitely keep trying some of those tournaments. But now that I do have my tour card and I reached my goal this year, I'll just keep competing on the professional circuit to the best of my ability. I have 2 years.
Okay, thanks. And let me, that's quite a mouthful. Let me digest it first, okay? 各位聽眾，一次我哋再訪問我哋嘅嘉賓，就係問到佢有咩tips 可以俾到啲想轉為職業標手嘅後生仔女咧。佢話最緊要有自信啦，玩好多嘅 錦標賽啦，無論係省嘅、國家嘅、國際嘅咁都好啦。以個人嚟講，佢係有9次做咗省選嘅冠軍，而佢又喺一個好高嘅位置嗰度有10年個 ranking， 咁先至轉職業嘅。咁我哋亦都問到佢究竟有冇贊助商啦？究竟係咪啲贊助商去揾佢咧，定係佢揾贊助商？因為我哋有各種唔同嘅訪問之中，有好多人都話過，有啲係要主動去揾贊助商，有啲贊助商揾佢。咁佢嘅情形之下咧，就係贊助商自動去揾上門揾佢，經過一個友好嘅介紹。喺2010年，佢就做咗呢個short darts 嘅贊助接受咗。咁佢又都有佢自己嘅一套飛鏢啊，用佢嘅名嘅。咁亦都同時提到，佢亦都有玩呢個軟頭嘅飛鏢嘅。佢其實係雖然專注響呢啲硬頭嘅飛鏢嗰度，佢響軟頭嘅飛鏢嗰度亦都有唔錯嘅成就。響拉斯維加斯早1-2年係試過第8嘅。Okay, now we turn back to Bong Bong.
Ken, you have a great belief in yourself that you could beat the best players in the world. How is the feeling when you played against Phil the Power Taylor in the World Cup in 2012? Can you describe the feeling to all radio listeners, please?
Oh, I definitely can. Surreal. It's something every dart player dreams of doing. I've dreamt about it, I don't know, numerous times myself, and I've seen myself doing it in my dreams, and I have, I'm like you said, I am a firm believer. I have believe actually tattooed on my arm with a Canadian flag, and I'm all about belief because you really have to believe. And the day I played Phil, I believed I was going to beat him. I never really thought about it much. I actually went out and had a steak with John Part and had a 3-hour nap before I went in and beat Phil on TV in Germany. And I woke up and said to the wife that I was going to do this tonight. And luckily I did. The feeling was amazing. Like I said, it's every dart player's dream to beat Phil Taylor, and it's one thing on my resume I'm very proud of, even though it was a short format, first to 4 legs, but winning 4 legs off of Phil Taylor is not an easy task. So yeah, it's definitely the highlight of my dart career so far.
That's the final, right?
No, it was actually Canada played England first round, and I beat Phil, and then John beat Adrian Lewis, and we lost Adrian and Phil in a sudden death leg in the first round of the World Cup in 2012.
Oh, okay. That's really an accomplishment, having that occasion to play such a player, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Definitely. It's hard to put into words, really, because like I said, it's what every dart player dreams of, and it's something that no one can ever take away from me, no matter how well I do from now on. And I'm known quite a bit in the UK and in Europe from that performance, and I just gotta keep it up and hopefully get another shot to do it again.
Right, so it looks like you never met him since then, but the chance will come that you guys are going to meet again. So speaking of that, we are again coming out to almost the end of the second segment. We'll cut over to the other side of the language a little bit, and then we'll come back and start the third segment, okay?
Sounds good.
OK， 咁各位聽眾你都聽到啦，有好多聽眾都識聽我哋講英文嘅，就係話佢呢位嘉賓響2012年咧就有幸同一個英國嘅冠軍嘅叫 Phil Taylor 嘅比賽喺歐洲嘅德國嗰度，咁佢亦都贏咗，但係呢個唔係決賽，係一個初賽，但係即係有咁嘅機會同一個咁嘅級數嘅人比賽咧，佢覺得係一個榮幸，亦都係一個好大嘅成就啊！ 因為呢啲機會係難得嘅，即係撞到佢咁樣喺一個情況之下，你可以打贏佢。咁當然山水有相逢，佢希望第日亦都會再有呢個同樣機會，再次撞翻呢個人或者更高級數嘅其他選手，大家作出一個較量嘅。咁講到呢度呢，我哋又差唔多時間去到我哋呢個第二節嘅時間啦。咁我哋一陣間翻嚟就會大家再商量一下，講下呢個嘉賓仲有啲咩其他嘅成就啊，其他嘅咩心得。好，我哋而家去一去外邊先，一陣間再翻嚟再同大家繼續呢個節目。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special。
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
一做卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633。華語電台着數多，一卡在手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
各位聽眾，我哋有一次翻到嚟我哋潮玩飛鏢嘅節目嗰度，我係你嘅主持 Robert， 同我一齊有邦邦、James 邦同埋Peter Scott， 我哋另一位教練，亦都係同時我哋有一位加拿大嘅職業飛鏢手接受訪問，就係 Kenny McNeil。Okay, so welcome back to our program again in this segment of All About Darts, and I'm your host Robert, and with me against Bond and Peter Scott, and our guest today is Kenny McNeil. So I think we finished our previous segment and we had some discussions, and now back to Peter to carry on with more questions.
Yeah, Kenny, it's quite difficult to make a living at pro darts in Canada. It's pretty well mandatory for anybody who's going to play as a professional level to travel. Tell us about that and what your opinion is on it.
It's almost impossible to make it as a full-time pro playing just in Canada and North America. There are tournaments with some good payouts, but not enough to make a living after you take out travel expenses and stuff like that. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of belief to go where the money's at, because it's performance-based as well. So if you're not a confident player, you ain't going to earn the big money that's on the table, even if you do go overseas. So that's why I strongly say that you should definitely focus on playing well here and winning championships here and that, and then taking the big move to go overseas. Because, in Canada, there's a lot of great dart players. There's a lot that could probably be full-time professional. But it does take a lot more than just ability and money too. You have to. There's a lot of hardships. You're living, like I said, in a suitcase most of the times. I myself used to travel from one end of Canada, playing all the shoots for ranking tournaments and that, to get the international qualifiers and that. And that's all good. But if you want to do it full time, you definitely have to be in Europe or the UK.
Just one thought that I had from this line of questioning is that maybe you can tell us, you need money to make money, because I've started to think about these tournaments, and is there an entry fee that is typically more expensive than the Canadian or U.S. tournaments because the jackpot is so big, and then and what are typical costs for that very quickly?
Oh, extremely more expensive. Your average entry fee in any Canadian tournament is for a singles event is usually $25. On the PDC circuit, we have to pay $200 per tournament to register. And like I said, there's no round robin. There's no pre-games. They do the draw, and it's a seeded draw. So you're playing two top 16 guys in the world on your board. So to win your board, you actually have to beat two of the top 16 players in the world, and it's straight knockout. Best of 11, you lose, you're gone, and your $200 is gone as well. But if you do well and do succeed, the payouts are there to cover that.
And what would the typical payout is very quickly?
First prize
Yeah.
is £10,000.
Wow. That's in pounds, so that's about, each pound is about $2 worth, right? Canadian, at least.
Exactly. It's about $20,000 to win a one-day tournament on the pro circuit. It's not an easy thing to do because, like I said, you're playing the top players in the world, but every round you go, the money goes up more. So
yeah. So does anybody get any money? First runner-up, how many usually get money?
Every first round winner is guaranteed £250.
Oh, you got your money back.
You pretty much get double your money back for winning your first game.
Right. Okay, I see. And when you get to the end, you have probably 3 or 4 prizes up there to the last 3 or 4 guys, right?
It goes up every round. I believe it's $250 for first.
Oh, okay. So every round you get. Okay, I got you.
Every round you go, the money goes up, and the winner ends up getting £10,000, and I think the runner-up is £5,000.
Well, sounds good to me. Attractive, except that I'm a lousy player. So there you go. Okay.
Not bad day's work if you're capable of doing it. That's for sure.
OK， 咁我哋而家講緊嘅就係話做一個職業嘅選手，究竟有咩生涯呢？咁講到一啲好有趣嘅事，就係話加拿大當然係冇咁多錢發俾啲中咗做冠軍嘅人啦，但係去到歐洲嘅時候呢，就完全唔同啦。譬如你好似25蚊入場費咁，加拿大去到歐洲嘅時候，起碼都要200蚊先有得玩。咁但係每贏一個圈呢，就會有即係每一個入圍賽一入去一次呢，就會有更多錢。到咗最後做冠軍嗰啲有成1萬至到2萬加紙，係咪？就算係第二都有一半嘅。咁即係小財唔出，大財唔入。但係去到嗰啲咁嘅比賽嘅時候，嗰啲選手個個都係高手啊！少一啲技術都唔得。Okay, now it's time for Bong to ask more questions.
Kenny, you had been playing in the first and second World Cup of Darts, but you didn't play in your third World Cup of Darts. Can you explain to all the listeners about this Order of Merit?
The way the Order of Merit works is they take 2 players from each country, and whoever earned the most money on the Pro Tour that year will get the spot for the World Cup team. The year I didn't make it, I did not have a tour card, so I didn't want to spend money to try to get into the tournaments, and that's where Jeff had his tour card, Jeff Smith, and he went over and he played a couple of weekends, which give him enough on the Order of Merit to get the spot with John Part. And last year, it was just technicality. I had some visa issues in the UK with being a professional darts player. A lot of things I didn't know about that I know now that I wish I knew about, and that's why I didn't play last year. Even though I was higher on the Order of Merit, they still give it to another player, Sean Narain, because he was over there playing in the tournaments and that, where myself, I was just back home working.
Okay, no wonder there is like a few events that you have attended on the 2013 and 2014, in spite of the fact that you were on your highest level of playing darts in 2012.
Yeah, kind of my highest level, of course, was beating Phil in 2012. When I got my tour card back in 2013, I did stay there for almost 6 months playing on the professional tour, and I did very well. I got to top 64 in the Pro Order of Merit, and I was top 20 seed at my first UK Open, where I played Ronnie Baxter. And then I came home and won the Canadian Championship in St. John's, Newfoundland. And then when I went back is when I ran into immigration problems with the visa for a professional dart player. That's one thing I can tell people if they want to be pro and they're Canadian, is make sure that you know what kind of visa you need and all your proper paperwork before you even take that step, because it can be very disheartening when you're pretty excited to go over and things don't work out and you have to come back and actually go back to your regular job. But it's all good now. Visa's all sorted, and I'm just ready to compete with the best in the world on a weekly basis.
So just for me to get a better understanding of this very quickly is the fact that I guess normally as a Canadian citizen and you go over to the UK, for instance, you don't need much of a visa. You can probably stay 3 months or something, but because you're involved in a tournament and it's sort of like somewhere between the performing and making money, or possibility of making money, and I guess they throw some roadblocks at you and you gotta get special visas, right?
You are exactly correct, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I had a better understanding. Okay, so that about comes to the end of our segment for you again, and we'll cut over to the other side of the audience, and when we get back, we'll be starting the third segment, okay? OK， 咁我哋講緊就係2013同2014年，佢似乎冇咩大作為咁樣，表面上點解咧？我哋嗰個訪賓訪客其實佢係有去一啲我哋講到有啲叫做係有啲特別嘅俾佢嘅積分可以去玩呢啲錦標嘅。咁原來講下就係話呢啲錦標賽咧，其實喺英國咁咧。係有啲要留意嘅，作為一個職業標手咧，就係咪話我當自己走過去參加呢個旅遊啊，或者係旅遊啊、探親啊咩咁就得㗎啦，咁即係唔使攞簽證啊咁樣。通常你知啦，加拿大人去英國都有好多淵源嘅，加拿大同英國就唔使攞簽證嘅，可以留3個月啊咩咁。但其實唔簡單嘅，因為咧你參加呢一個比賽咧，你有機會係賺錢，亦都好似一種表演咁樣。咁嘅時候咧，你係要攞特別嘅簽證嘅。如果你唔知道又唔去攞簽證嘅話咧，咁都幾複雜嘅喎。你走咗過去係咪係唔可以即刻攞翻去簽證？咁你只係可以望洋興嘆，睇住人哋去玩，睇住人去賺錢嚇，各展所長去參加啲錦標賽，而你咧係唔可以嘅，因為你自己嘅目標同你嘅簽證係不符啊，咁所以大家想做呢個職業錦標手職業飛鏢手嘅時候，認真要諗清楚呢一樣嘢。好啦，講到呢度，我哋又到咗我哋第3節嘅時間，我哋應該翻嚟再繼續呢個訪問。
華語電台着數多，
一卡在手冇錯過。
Canadian Chinese Radio Jet to Card Special。
飛鏢運動除強身健體之餘，仲可訓練頭腦，又可認識新朋友。由 Multicultural Dart Association 主辦嘅飛鏢訓練班現已接受報名，享譽國際嘅 Peter Scott 同飛鏢占士邦親自教導，5堂課程包用具，只需50蚊。報名及查詢電話416-496-9633。
Learn to play darts with Peter Scott and James Bong Faldas at Multicultural Darts Association. 5 sessions, equipment included, only $50. Please call 416-496-9633 for further details.
一早卡申請及查詢電話416-496-9633，華語電台着數播，一級製手冇錯過。
潮玩飛鏢 All About Darts。
Okay, welcome back to our show, All About Dots. I'm Robert here, along with Bon and Peter, and our guest today is Kenny McNeil, one of the two Canadian professional dart players playing in, high level. So now let's get on with our interview again. Start with Bon.
Ken, you just returned to Q School in January 15. How long is the Q School in England?
It's 4 days.
So it's 4 days, and then you have to earn the merit, order of merit, to earn you a new 2-year contract or 2-year tour card?
Yes, if you qualify through the Q School, within those 4 days, and you get your 2-year tour card. If you are top 64 in the world by the end of the 2 years, you don't have to do Q School again. You automatically get another 2-year card.
Okay.
And to me, then this as you explained before, this points of merit are a little different than the Q School. They really don't order of merit. They really have no connection there, is it?
No, there's no connection at all with the Order of Merit and the Q School. The Q School is just a qualifying school for players that want to compete on the professional circuit.
Right. OK， 咁其實呢個問到呢個唔好搞錯咗兩樣嘢啦，就係呢個所謂 Q School 咧，就係啲職業手去大家等落去呢個即係自動參加比賽嘅2年嘅規範嗰度。咁呢個又有4日嘅比賽嘅，我之前講過250磅啊、250磅啊，贏咗之後啲總共500磅嘅。咁同我哋再講過嘅 order merit 咧係完全冇關係嘅之前。Okay, now looks like Peter would have another question for our guest.
A few weeks ago, Kenny, we interviewed a protege of yours, Dawson Missell.
Yes, yeah, Dawson.
And he spoke very, very highly of you and the help that you've given to us. We do a lot of mentoring here in the Multicultural Dart Association with young players who are just trying to learn the game. Tell us about your association with Dawson and how you became a mentor to him.
Dawson actually is the nephew of a very good friend of mine, Scott Collins. Me and Scott played with each other for Alberta and local tournaments and that for the last 15 years. And when I first seen Dawson, I believe he was about 14 years old. And I was watching him play, and I saw something in him, and he wanted to come over and ask me questions and that, and I just started giving him some advice on what to work on, and I would actually call him up on the phone and play practice games with him over the phone to get his mechanics proper and to learn his combination outs and that, and then just told him believe in himself and just don't quit. Just keep trying, and he's become very successful over the last couple of years, and it still has a lot of years left in him. He's a great representative for Canada. He's actually with the same sponsor as me, Shot Darts, and he's doing very well for himself, and I do feel kind of proud to be part of Dawson's journey, and but now it's all him, and let the bird fly out of the nest. Now he has Jeff Smith teaching him how to win and how to compete properly in tournaments, and if there's one guy that knows all about that, it's definitely Jeff.
Okay, Then let me ask if Dawson, you think one day he's going to go to the Q school? What do you think?
I believe so. I know it's one of his main goals. He's competing on the professional youth circuit this year. Actually, I believe in June it will be his first tournament on the youth circuit, and we have players that have tour cards that compete on the youth circuit as well. So the opportunities are definitely there for Dawson, and my hat goes off to him because he is doing university at the same time as well as competing in all the tournaments that he competes in. Yeah, he definitely has the ability.
And maybe I would take the last question on behalf of everybody is maybe you can tell us about your future plans, immediate future, and future plans, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem. I've pretty much succeeded. Pretty much attained every single goal that I've set for myself since I was 15 years old, except one, and that was to be a world champion by the time I was 40 years old.
Ooh.
Now, being held off the circuit for the last 2 years kind of puts me back 2 years, but I turned 40 in December, and that's when the World Championships is, and I'm going to do my best to attain that goal. But if it doesn't happen, I ain't going to stop trying. I'll definitely still be on the circuit as long as I can afford it. And yeah, I just want to be able to compete on a regular basis with the best players in the world, and I've been doing okay since I went over there. So,
well, that's really good. It's really good to have a goal and really put your vision forward and something to look forward to and implement. And it's really good to do that and know that. So I think at this point we almost come to the end of our interview with you because we got to cut back into the activities very shortly. Okay, on behalf of everybody, let me thank you for coming to our show, and you know, I'm sure our audience learned a lot from you today.
I think that we got a glimpse of a pro dart player and his life and his obligations in a very factual way, and I must compliment you, Kenny, on your honest and forthright answers. It's been very, very interesting.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for the interview. And with that, before I go into the activities, very quickly do a little bit of housekeeping here on what you just talked about. 各位，我哋啱完成咗個訪問，就係我哋嘅嘉賓話，佢唔止帶動咗一個新嘅我哋之前訪問過嘅標手 Dawson。亦都係即係俾咗 tips 佢啊，教咗佢好多路啊，咁多年佢由14歲開始識佢，亦都係佢嘅唯一願望未做到嘅就係成為世界冠軍。喺佢40歲之前，佢而家39歲，佢係12月嘅時候就40歲啦。咁佢希望呢個可以成功，係佢嘅目標，人生目標。如果佢唔成功嘅話，佢繼續去爭取。咁我哋真係好多謝佢俾咗我哋呢啲咁有寶貴嘅意見同埋經驗嘅。And now we go back into our activities for darts and okay, Bon.
The Scarborough City Dart League's 30th Anniversary Annual Awards Banquet on May 30th, Saturday at Royal Canadian Legion Branch 73, number 2 Robinson Avenue, Scarborough. Congratulations to all participants, establishments, sports bars and sponsors. Winners or losers, see you next season.
OK， 咁我哋有就係士嘉堡成嘅飛鏢協會嘅30週年紀念晚會，咁就響5月30號舉行嘅。咁呢個就係響呢個 Royal Canadian Legion 73分局Number 2 Robinson Avenue 士嘉堡嗰度。咁佢就當然係會多謝大家俾面參加呢個晚會嘅將來。
Canadian Open Dart Tournament 2015, Friday, June 19. Registration closes at 7:30 p.m. Play starts at 8 o'clock. Event mixed doubles 501. Entry fee is $40 per team. Saturday, June 20. Registration closes at 10:30 a.m. Play starts at 11 a.m. Event Women's Singles 501. Entry fee is $35 per player. Event Men's Singles 501. Entry fee is $35 per player. This is a $10,000 plus guaranteed prizes. The National Darts Federation of Canada's approval tournament. Venue at Holiday Inn Suites, Parkway, Conference Centre, 327 Ontario Street, St. Catharines, Ontario. 2015 British Darts Organization World Masters invite to men's or women's singles champion. WDF, BDO, NDFC ranking tournaments.
OK， 咁我哋都有呢個項目，就係6月19號同20號，呢個加拿大公開飛鏢大賽2015，就禮拜5係6月19號嘅。咁嗰個報名截止就係7點半鐘夜晚黑，比賽開始8點鐘。咁玩咩咧？就係 mixed double 501，嗰個入場費就係40蚊一隊嘅。咁禮拜6咧20號咧，亦都係報名就係10點30分開始嘅時候11點，就係呢個女士嘅 single 501，亦都係35蚊一位嘅。咁呢一共有1萬蚊嘅獎金，咁亦都係一個國家飛鏢協會嘅 approval 嚟嘅。咁邊度咧？就係 Holiday Inn Parkway Conference Centre 327 Ontario Street St. Catharines Ontario。咁2015嘅 British Darts Organisation 嘅 World Master 咧，亦都係有男女冠軍單打嘅。咁大家希望去參加。咁講到呢度，我哋嘅時間咧亦都差唔多啦。我會講一講，再講一講，就係好快咁樣，就係多元文化飛鏢協會旨在幫忙促進飛鏢作為一種運動，提拔軟頭硬頭飛鏢選手。關於我哋飛標訓練課程更多信息，致電我哋嘅飛鏢導師電話647-997-0808中文或647-725-9222英文。多元文化飛鏢協會飛鏢冠軍，創造更多冠軍。我哋地址係7號公路東650號200室，列治文山安大略省。各位觀眾，我哋又成日講再見。阿邦，
潮玩飛鏢
係啦，潮玩飛鏢，多謝各位收聽，多謝各位收聽，多謝各位收聽，多謝各位收聽，多謝各位收聽，多謝各位收聽。